Chick. How are you?
Hello everyone, this is my second video with ScratchJr. So first of all, I want to show you two slides which my daughter made few days back and today I got chance to record it. So let's go to that. Okay, so this is the first slide. Here she has taken four characters, teacher and three students. Okay, let's play and the background. And the background is classroom background with whiteboard. So let's start this slide play with this green flag. Okay, so all four characters are saying something with the bubble pop thing. Now let's go to the second slide. And yeah, remember, I think you have noticed that all the characters are the saying something in a sequence, like the first this girl started, then this boy started, then this boy, and then finally teacher. And let's go to the next slide. Here she has taken three characters. First this tick one, the second one is tag, and the ball. Okay, and the background she has made by herself. Okay, and let's play it with this green flag. So in this video she has recorded her own voice for the characters. uh, I will show you how she has recorded, but I think you may but you cannot hear the voice right now because I'm recording it with the headphone, so that's why it's not audible to you all. So that's it. So let's come to the coding part. Okay, let's start with the first slide. Okay, in the first slide, the first character which starts to say or which starts the program is the girl. Okay, so I'm separating all these coding blocks. Okay, so as this slide is starting, on the click of green flag when it is in full screen, here is the full screen option. So in full screen, if you click the green flag, then this play will start. Okay, so we have kept it first green flag, then a pop sound like balloon pop sound. Okay, it is just a pop sound. It's optional. It was little fun for my daughter to keep this pop sound, so that's why she kept it. This is bubble, means whenever some dialogue thing is there now, so we have to keep the dialogue in this bubble, so that's why it is here, whatever you want. But yeah, from where you are taking these codings, oh, not coding block, so this one is here, as you can get. So from here, take it and drag it. Okay, for this pop sound, as you can see here, click on this. you will get this pop sound. This is ready made, and if you want to record your own voice, then you can use this one. Okay, so this goes here. The next one is this balloon one. It comes here, means whenever the character is doing any action, so it is here. So I have, my daughter have taken this one. Okay, so this goes here, and this one, this is the thing which connects two character, means after this girl, who is going to say. So this girl Sarah will initiate a close message. Okay, in messages there are options, color options, because there can be so many peoples, right, so many characters. So she is starting one orange message. So whoever person is going to open this orange message will have the next turn. Okay, so let's go. Let's run this code alone. How you will run it? If you want to run only a single person code or single character coding, you just click here like this. And see, this is completely running uh, because what happened is this sequence message was there. Okay, what is this called? This is called I am calling I. Okay, so let this is done now. So why this is happening? Because this orange message is opened by some other character, which is this one, this colon, and it is all connected message by message, message by message. Okay, so that's why the code was completely running. If we want to see only this part, see, this is stopped. Why this is stopped? Because this part is not connected. When you will connect it, then only it will work together from this green flag till the end. Okay, now let's continue with this orange message. So the sequence is passed to the next character, which is this one, I think, Colin. No, this one, yeah, because she passed orange message. Okay, so with the next person, that should be orange open message here, orange open message. So he got the message. Now he will, means he got the turn. Okay, there is nothing in the message, just a turn. Okay, now let's separate them. Everything is same. Just a pop sound for fun. Then his sentence, whatever he want to say. Hi, I am Colin. This one is of no use, so I'm trashing it. For trashing any code, just bring it and dump it here. And now he is giving turn to the next person with yellow message, yellow mail or yellow message. Okay, so now the next turn comes to this boy according to this coding by my daughter. Okay, so he opened the yellow message, then means he took the turn, just a pop sound, and his dialogue, hi, I am David. Then he gives turn with this blue mail, blue message. Okay, so the last character of this slide is teacher. So he is opening the message, means taking the turn, and then he is moving towards the children. Then a pop sound, then his dialogue, and then turn, dialogue, and then end. Okay, because there are end, two types of end. We don't want this. Okay, so there are two type of and here and here. As we have connected, there are four slides in this project, so they are showing the connection to the next slide. Okay, we will see that connection in the end. Okay, when we will run this project with full screen. Okay, so this was all about the first slide, slide 1. Now let's go to the slide 2. So what does this red end means? This one, end, finally end. And this one means repeat forever until you press that red hexagon which comes here when the project runs. Till then it will continue, keep on running without any condition. Okay, so let's go to the next slide, slide number 2 here. Okay, so I think you all remember that what I have said in my first video on day 1, all the characters come on the left hand side. Okay, this left hand side panel is for characters and this right hand side panel is for the complete slide, which includes the background and the characters and all the block codings. And this top one, this is full screen. This is graphics. We don't want graphics. Graphics means this is graph from which you can get the position of the characters, X and Y positions. But right now we don't need it. This one is background. This one is some typing if you want to write any message or welcome or anything. That's it. And this one is reset. Reset everything. Whatever is done, whatever coding you have done till now, if you have run the code and your position and your characters are not in the initial position, then it will bring your characters in the initial position. They will reset everything. Okay, and this is flag to run or stop the program. So let's go to the second slide. This is slide 2. Okay, in slide 2 there are three characters. First is tick. Okay, so the program starts with the character tick. So green flag is here. Then tick moves, and here are number of steps you can change. If you'll put anything for any other number according to the screen size, it will go and take. So this is dialogue and this is audio recorded by my daughter. Okay, and this is the message sequence with the orange message. You can change this with any other color, you have options, but by default first time it comes with the orange only. But if you have already used orange, then they change the color. Okay, don't repeat the colors in same slide. Okay, don't repeat the message colors in the same slide. Means once you have used the closed message, then closed orange message, then with any of the character you are not going to use the closed orange message, but you have to use open orange message because to start the turn. Okay, this character here have sent the turn to the next character. Okay, so that's why it is closed. When any other character will receive it, he have to open it. Okay, and he is opening the turn, then dialogue, then again just a funny pop sound, then the voice message, and this is the next turn. This next turn is with the red color. Okay, because we don't have to repeat the same closed message colors. Okay, this color is means this message is going to the third character here, ball. So it is opening the turn, and then this is loop. Okay, I will explain you the loop. So for loop, how you will take this loop? Here, this is the loop here. Okay, just take it. whatever numbers you want to set, you can set, like the steps and moves directions. So we want this ball to go from tick to tack, tack to tick 4 times. So that's why we set it 4. Now what happens? These steps are written for ball. Okay. So first the ball is taking 5 steps towards tack, then a little jump, then finally it reaches to tack with 2 steps. Okay, then tack, kick the ball, and ball goes 5 steps towards tick, and means blue person. Then ball again bumps, and then finally it goes to the tick. Let's run only this code one time, okay? Okay, so this is one time. Again, see the highlighted codes when this code is running, okay? Okay, got it. Now I'm keeping this into a loop. So it will go, this thing will go for 4 times.